In progress. Good afternoon. Today we're gonna continue chapter 9. Last class we talked about the options, right? Different type of option, different position option, and then we talk about payoff and profits. Okay, let me share the screen. Can you see my shared screen? Anybody can answer my question. Can you see my shared screen?
Yes, Professor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so today continue assets underlying exchange traded options. So which is the what kind of assets can be underlying with the options. So first, stocks. One contract gives the holder the right to buy or sell 100 shares. So we did a lot of examples last class, right? About the stock underlying assets. Stock as underlying assets for one contract is about the 100 shares. Okay, that's for stocks. ETF, exchange traded funds, right? And can be underlying assets or foreign currency, stock index, or futures. Futures can be also underlying assets with the options. Okay, so first we take a look at some terminology on the with the option contract. Option class means all the options of the same type on a stock are referred to an option class. Okay, same type. Same type means all the call or all the puts on a stock, which is the same stock. Okay. Option series is consists of all the options of a given class. Okay, all the options a given class with the same expiration date and the same strike price. We call it option series. Okay. And next we're going to talk about three concepts, which is at the money option, in the money option, and out of the money option. Okay, and you need to understand the difference among them. So first, at the money option. At the money option, which is when the stock price at the expiration date same as the strike price, we call it at the money option. Okay, in this case, call and puts, the payoff equal what? For call and put, the payoff both equal 0, right? I'm talking about the payoff, which is maximum value between ST and K, or K and ST, right? So because ST and K same, so at the money option, the payoff for call and puts option equal 0. And in the money, what is in the money? In the money for call option is in the money when stock price greater than K. Remember to calculate the payoff for call is calculated by stock price minus K and 0, right? If ST greater than K, that means the payoff for call is greater than 0, right? Because ST greater than K, so the maximum value between ST minus K and 0, we're gonna take the higher value, which is ST minus K. So ST minus K greater than 0, okay? So that's for call. And for puts, put option in the money, for puts, the payoff calculated by what? Maximum value between K minus ST. So when ST less than K, ST less than K means what? K minus ST greater than 0, right? So same thing, is greater than 0. So the payoff for call or put, if the payoff greater than 0, that's in the money. Okay, if the payoff equals 0, that's at the money. Okay, so I hope you understand the difference between in the money, at the money. And then what is out of the money? Out of the money, you see the call option is out of the money when ST less than K. So this is opposite to the in the money. If ST less than K for call, so the payoff equal what? Maximum value between ST minus K and 0. So in this case, ST less than K, ST less than K, this is less than 0. So the value, we take a higher value, which is 0, right? And put the same thing, put the option when the stock price greater than K, so which is K minus ST less than 0. Okay, K minus ST less than 0, the payoff for puts also equals 0. You can see the at the money and the in the money, at the money and the out of the money, both cases the payoff equals 0. But the condition is different, right? The in at the money is ST equal K, but out of the money is ST less than K. Okay, I see. I hope you understand the difference. Okay, and next we have 3 values. One is the intrinsic value. Intrinsic value is the maximum of 0 and the payoff from the option if it is exercised immediately. So basically the payoff, intrinsic value. And the time value is the excess of option value over its intrinsic value, which is the difference between the option value and the intrinsic value. The total value, which is the sum of its intrinsic value and its time value. Okay, so basically total value, which is option value, equal intrinsic value plus time value. Okay, so that's some terminology you probably know already. Okay, next we're going to talk about the 2 events, which is dividend split and stock splits. Dividend, cash dividend, company pay cash dividends, or company stock dividends, and the company pay, do stock splits. For these 2 corporate events, and if they happen, what would be the change with the term of the option contract? So we're going to talk about that. The terms of the stock option are not normally adjusted for cash dividend. So no change for cash dividend, but announced stock dividend, then the terms of the stock option gonna change. So there are 3 cases: stock dividends, stock splits, and rights issues. We're gonna talk about the first 2 cases. The goal of adjustment is what? The goal is to keep the position of both buyer and seller unchanged. Okay, so what is the change? The adjustment gonna do is make sure the both sides keep a position the same. Okay, let's see the first dividend, stock dividend. Suppose you own the, I think we first talk about the stock split, easy. So suppose you own the option with the strike price K and buy or sell N shares. So 2 numbers you need to know. First is strike price. Okay, it's the price in the contract, you know, the strike price, and how many shares, N shares. Okay, so what are we gonna change? It is change this 2. One is the strike price, is the strike price and the number of shares. So no adjustment are made to the option terms for cash dividend. Now we talk about first the split. If they the split N for M, for example, 2 for 1, or 3 for 1, or 3 for 2. So first you need to know N for M. N and M just general. Excuse me. So N and M can be any number, okay? Can be any number. N could be a number bigger than M or less than M. That's fine, either fine. So just we talk about general case. If this is the case, then the stock price, which is new stock price, or say the stock price will be reduced to M from here. So M times capital K. So because capital K is original strike price divided by N, which is the from here. Okay, so It's just a formula. It's very easy as long as you know the formula. Okay, and what about number of shares? The number of shares that can be bought or sold is increased to n times capital N is original number of shares divided by M. So the number of shares increase only in the case when n greater than m, right? When n greater than m, then that's bigger than 1. Okay, if it's less, if the other case would be decrease. Okay. So let's see example 7. Example 7 for stock split case. Consider a call option to buy 100 shares. Okay, so capital N equal 100 shares for $20 per share. That's strike price K. K is 20, capital K. And how the term can be adjusted for 2-for-1 stock split. So 2-for-1, so n, small n equal 2, and the m equal 1, right? So that's what we find related to the formula. So the term well gonna be just which is the new strike price. Strike price will become to what? M times K over N. So M equal 1, K equal 20, N equal 2. So the stock price will decrease to $10, right? Okay, that's new stock price and the new number of shares calculated by N times capital N over M. So we know capital N is 2 and small n is 2, capital N is 100 shares, original 100 shares, and M equal 1, so 200 shares. So the price decreased to $10, but the number of shares increased to 200 shares. And in that case, buyer and seller basically, the position is unchanged. Okay. So answer the question how the term should be adjusted. The stock price should be, so the term should be adjusted to buy 200 shares for $10 per share. Okay. Question? That's for stock splits.
How did you say it should be adjusted?
How the term should be adjusted?
Yeah. How did you say?
Okay. How to say? Okay. The terms option or contract are changed so that it gives the holder the right to purchase 200 shares rather than 100 shares, and $10 rather than $20. Okay. So which is the number of shares changed and the strike price changed. So with this change, at the expiration day, the strike price you're gonna buy is $10, not $20. Okay. Question? Question? No. Okay, let's see stock dividend. Now we talk about the second type of events, which is stock dividend. The company announced stock dividend. Stock dividend are handled in a manner similar to stock splits. So what are we gonna do? I need some space for example 7. So example 8, sorry. Example 8, let's see example 8, and then we're gonna figure out how to do it. Consider a put option to sell 100 shares for $15 per share. So originally the option contract is N equal 100 shares. And the capital K is strike price $15. Okay, so that's original term in the contract. And now, how should the terms be adjusted for 25% stock dividend? So the very important the steps, which is you need to convert 25% stock dividend to stock split. So 25%, how? 25% stock dividend equivalently, which is the same as 100 plus 25 for 100 stock split. So that's you can say that's a formula, which is 100 plus D. D is the percent, not include the percent. Is 25 in this case, and this is the N, and for ammo is 100 benchmark. Is benchmark. You can change benchmark. For example, you change 50. You can change 10 because later on when you do the calculation, you can cancel out. So it's up to you, but generally this is the stock split. Is equivalent to this stock split. Okay, D is for example 25 in the example 8. So we can simplify 100 plus 25, which is 125. So 125 for 100, you can simplify to what? Divided by 50 on both sides, right? You can simplify, you can divide it by 25 on both sides, which is the 5 for 4, right? It's the same thing. You can simplify that. Okay, divided by 25 on both sides, which is N and M. I hope you understand that. This is for N when we talk about the stock splits, and this is the M. So finally, the 25% stock dividend, which is equivalently is 5 for 4 stock splits. Now we're gonna use the what we learned from example 7 to solve the problem. So the new strike price would be what? The new strike price equal M times K over N. So M equal 4, K is 15, and N is 5. So you can calculate the new stock price, new strike price, sorry. So this is the what? 3, right? So the new strike price is $12. And the number of shares is N times capital N over M. So 5 times how many shares? 100 shares over M equal 4. For what? How many shares? 1 to 5 shares, right? Okay. So you can see the stock dividend. For stock dividend, you first need to convert to the stock split, and then use the same formula to calculate the new strike price and the number of shares. So in this case, strike price decreased to from $15 to $12, and the number of shares increased from 100 shares to 125 shares. Any question on this? So how the term gonna change? how the term gonna change, which is the term of contract option contract are changed so that it give the right holder to right to sell, because this is put option, right? To sell 125 shares for $12. That's the change. So very important steps, which is you need to convert, be able to convert the stock dividend to stock splits. So 125 and 100, how to get the 5 for 4? We over 25, right? You divide it by 25 on both sides. Divided by 25 on both sides, you should get 5 for 4. If you don't know how to do it, you can just keep 125 and 100 and plug into the formula, because you can cancel out M and N, so it will be the same thing. So to summarize the stock dividend, if it's D stock dividend, then that's equivalent to 100 plus D for 100 stock splits. Okay, so that's kind of general formula. Stock dividend. Question? So you're gonna have a similar question in the assignment, in your assignment. No question? Okay, so we have one more issue we're gonna discuss in this chapter, which is market maker. We know market maker like intermediary. They trade with the investors. So most exchange use market maker to facilitate option trading. Market maker called which is the pay lower and the receive high, right? And the difference, which is the profits. So called the bid ask spreads, right? Market maker calls both bid is the price at which the market maker is prepared to buy. So they're gonna buy low and sell high. So ask price would be higher. Market maker does not know whether the individual requesting the quote wants to buy or sell. They don't know. So the offer and ask the price is always higher than the bid price. The difference is called the bid ask spread. So this is basically the profits made by market maker. Okay. What we're gonna discuss is margin. Okay, so similar to forward contract and the future contract, the option also has the margin. So margin is required when options are sold. So the writer of the option have the potential liability and required to maintain a margin account with the broker. So what would be the margin requirement? What is the margin amount they're gonna pay? They're gonna put. So that's the question. That's the calculation we're gonna do. So for a naked option, so what is naked option? Naked option, which is when a trader sell call, for example, call option on security, but they don't have ownership of that security. We call it naked option. So you might read a book. You should know that. So when a naked option is written, the margin would be the greater of A and B. Okay, so you see margin is calculated by maximum value between A and B. So you need to calculate A and B and then compare A and B. Take the higher one, that would be the margin required by the exchange. Okay, so what is A? A total of 100% of proceeds of the sale. So that's number of shares, basically it's number of shares. So proceeds is number of shares times the option price. and the plus 20% of underlying share price less the amount, if any. So if any means that could have or not have, right? So less amount if what the condition by which the option is out of the money. Okay, so for A, you need to first see the option is out of the money or in the money. If it's in the money, we don't have the less amounts. If it's out of the money, yes. So I'm gonna put the general formula here, the A. It depends on it's in the money or out of the money. Okay, if it's in the money, the calculation would be number of shares times option price. So the first part, number of share times option price, is the 100% of the proceeds of the sales, right? And then we're gonna plus 20%, which is 0.2, right? So 0.2 times the underlying share price, which is S, right? Is S. If it's in the money, we do not have the less amount, so that's all. Okay, if it's in the money, and this is our calculation for A. If it's out of the money, so this is very important. I think some students just make mistake over here. If it's out of the money, we're gonna do the same at the beginning, which is for in the money. So number of shares times option price. Please make a note. Plus 0.2 times S. So you might ask, why is 20%? This is the regulation. Okay, so by default, by the regulation they give us. Okay, so there is the less amount. So what are we gonna do is minus. It should be a less amount, so the amount should be positive value because stock price and the less amount should be the difference between S and K. Because the different option S and K would be different. Sometimes S greater than K, sometimes K less than S. So as long as we use absolute value, so this is a positive number. We subject a positive number, which is less the amount. Okay, so make sure you do absolute value S minus K. This is the A and B. B is a total of 100% of proceeds, so that's the same as A, of the sales plus 10%. Okay, now it's 10%, which is 0.1 of underlying share price for call. But if it's put, we're gonna use the exercise price K. So for B, the case we're gonna consider is either call or put. Okay, either call or put. If it's call, we're gonna do number of shares times option price plus 10%, right? 0.1. If it's call, we're gonna use the stock price. Okay, and if it's put, we're gonna change the S to K. That's it. Okay, so that's general formula. Next, we're gonna talk about the example, 2 examples, see how we're gonna use this formula, okay? So example, any question on the A and B formula? So the margin is the maximum value between A and B. So we take the higher one. First step, find A and B, and then margin is the maximum value between A and B. So let me get some space for example 9. So if you have a question, just stop me, okay? Just unmute yourself. Example 9, investor writes 4 naked call options contracts on a stock. The option price is $5, which is premium paid at the beginning. The strike price K 40, the stock price 38. What is the margin requirement for the option? So first, A, you need to know this is in the money or out of the money, right? For A, is this in the money or out of the money? Because this is call. So call, we're gonna compare K and S. K is 40, stock price is 38. So when we do S minus K, S is 38, K is 40. So this is less than 0. Is this in the money or out of the money? Go back. We just talked about when ST less than K, is this out of the money, okay? Because ST minus K, ST less than K, ST less than K, K greater than S. So this is the out of the money, okay? So first step, you need to make sure this is out of the money. And this is a call option because we need this information for A and B. So this is example 9. So A, because out of the money, we're gonna use the formula A should equal number of shares. Number of shares, we have a 4 contract, each contract 100 shares, right? And the times the option price is $5 and the 0.2 20% stock price is what? 38. And we need to set less amounts because it's out of the money, right? We need to less the amount. The amount is difference between K and S. So no matter you do K minus S or S minus K, because we're gonna need a positive value. So 40 minus 38 or 38 minus 40, which is the same thing, $2, right? So can you calculate the A for me, please? What is A?
For A, I got 4240.
Yeah, 4240. That's correct. 4,240. That's correct. And the B, because this is a call, right? So we're gonna use the call formula. So call is number of shares, again, 4 times 100. And the option price is 5. And the 10%, because this is call, we're gonna use stock price. So 38. So what's B?
For B, I got 3520.
Yeah. So 3520. So the margin should equal maximum value between A and B. So 4240 and 3520. Which one higher? Should be 4240, right? So 4,240. This is the answer. That's the margin. Okay. If you understand this example 9, can you try example 10? Or an investor write for negative put option. Now it's put option, okay? And the same number of contracts, which is 4. The option price is $5, the strike price is 40, and the stock price 38. What is the margin requirement for the options? First, you need to figure out this is out of the money or in the money. So please try think about that's in the money or out of the money. For A, for B, this is a put, right? Okay. Please try. I give you about 5 minutes. Okay, 5 minutes. If you have a question, just let me know, okay? First, figure out is in the money or out of the money.
I would say it's in the money because for put option, the K is greater than S.
Yeah, that's correct. When K greater than S, you see, when K greater than S, K greater than S for put, so it's in the money, okay? Yes, that's correct. When K greater than S, if you don't know, you can calculate, just calculate the payoff, right? If the payoff greater than 0, yes. This is in the money, okay? So do the calculation, we're gonna use the formula for A, we're gonna use the in the money formula, right? So no less amount. And this is a put, so for B, we're gonna use the second formula. Can you try A and B? Tell me what did you get?
For A, I got 5,040.
Uh-huh. For B,
For B, I got 3,600.
yes. So the margin requirement would be?
It would be A.
Yes. Okay, good. So you basically, is right answer. The put option because because S stock price less than strike price, so it's in the money. So this is a very important key steps. If you get out of the money, then you will get a wrong answer, right? So first step, make sure you know it's in the money or out of the money. And then for A, so we're gonna do number of shares, 400 for contract, which is 400 shares. And the option price, 20% of the stock price, 38. So we don't have less amount because in the money, 5,040. And B, because this is a put. So number of shares times option price plus 10% of the strike price, okay? Make sure here use the strike price. Some students make a mistake here, okay? Make sure for put is the strike price. And you're gonna get the 3,600. So for the margin requirement, we're gonna do maximum value between A and B. So just to compare A and B, we're gonna take the higher one. So 5,040 and 3,600 So the higher one is 5,000, right? The higher one. So the margin requirement is 5,040. Yes. Good. Any question on this margin requirement? So that's very important, and you need to have the formula, I mean this in your notes, okay? This is not in the formula sheet, so but you can put it in your note and make sure you understand that. You can put that in your formula sheet, that's fine. But be able to use it, right? Some student might just copy and don't know how to use it. So you need to make sure you know how to use it. Okay, especially this part, the less amount. I do S minus K, you can do K minus S, doesn't matter because this is absolute value, right? So it's always positive value. We minus a positive amount. Okay, that's pretty much all the material for chapter 9. Last slide summarize. Here is the summary. There are two types of options. We talk about calls and puts. The exchange must specify the terms of the option contract is the choice. You need to define the maturity date and the strike price, right? And the terms of the stock option are adjusted for stock dividend, stock split, and the right issues. We talk about the first two cases, and most options exchange use market maker, and the writer, which is the seller of options, have potential liability and required to maintain a margin account with the broker. So you need to be able to find what would be the margin requirements for the seller. Okay. In your assignment, you're gonna have 10 questions. You're gonna have 10 questions, which is the similar what we did in class. So I would suggest you to do it as soon as you can. So since you have a fresh mind, okay. So I'm gonna post the slide with the solution on my course as well after class. If you have a question, you can watch the video again, or you can email me anytime, okay? That's pretty much the chapter 9. Any question? So you have assignment due by the end of the week. The assignment will not be available after the weekend, okay? So next week we're gonna have a spring break. So I'm gonna see you, which is Monday after next week, okay? Any question? Any question?
No questions, Professor. Have a great spring break.
Yeah, you too. So
Thank
if
you.
no question, that's all for today. So have a great day. Have a great spring break. Okay, see you after spring break. Make sure you finish the assignment, okay, before the break. See you. Bye.